Let's take our English to the next level.
I am down. I love jogging too.
加我一个，我也喜欢慢跑。
Count me in. We are in the same boat.
算上我一个，我们处境相同。
Count me out. I'm not in the mood of playing cards.
别算上我，我没心情玩牌。
It is a no-brainer.
这个连想都不要想。
I got your back. Hang in there.
我罩着你，挺住。
As the year is progressing, the city gradually sees more and more high-rises.
今年随着时间的推进，城市逐渐看到越来越多的高层建筑。
The Olympics will kick off on Thursday.
奥运会将于周四开始。
Their friendship is falling apart.
他们的友谊正在崩溃。
The participants are waiting on pins and needles for the final results.
参与者正在如坐针毡地等待最终结果。
I got so wound up before the contest.
竞赛前我变得很紧张。
My ex constantly put me down and I have been down for quite a year.
我前任经常让我失望，我已经失望了有1年了。
I'm in a pickle.
我非常矛盾。
Grandma used to pickle onions.
奶奶过去经常腌制洋葱。
Watch out. Don't trip over the cable on the floor.
当心别绊倒在地面的电缆上。
I am on business trip to Quebec City.
我去魁北克城出公差。
I'm rooting for you. Hang in there.
我支持你，加油。
No, I don't see that coming.
不，我不觉得这会来临。
Citizens really got sick of the politicians' empty promises.
公民们确实烦透了政治家空洞的承诺。
I'm on 3 different medications.
我在服用3种不同的药物。
Because I ran out of cash, buying a new tool is out of question.
因为我用光了现金，购买新的工具是不可能的了。
The coach singled out the player for his rudeness.
教练因为该运动员的粗鲁而把他单挑了出来。
His performance is second to none.
他的表现无人能出其右。
I have done what I can. Now let him take it from here.
我已经做了我所能做的，现在该由他来接管了。
The dancer wants to lose his extra weight for good.
这位舞者想永久地减去多余的体重。
On skill front, he scored much higher than average kids.
在技能方面，他的得分远高于普通的孩子。
Keep that in mind when you come to make your decision.
当你来到做决定的时候，要铭记此于心。
I can't agree more than that.
我非常赞同。
Smoking is at best unpleasant and at worst lethal.
吸烟，往轻里说是令人讨厌，往重里说是致命的。
I am reminded of what he said.
我想起了他说的话。
She worked so hard, to quote her daughter, as if there were no tomorrow.
他工作那么勤力，按他女儿的说法，就如同没有明天一样。
The score at halftime was 2-all.
上半场比分2平。
She is in need of help to get through this period.
她需要帮助去度过这段时段。
The kid paid the bus fare with his pocket money.
这孩子用他的零花钱付了公车费。
He fell head over heels in love with the hairdresser.
他疯狂地爱上了他的发型师。
The family gathers here every now and then.
这家庭不时地于此聚会。
Employees have to strictly respect the dress code. No trainers nor jeans.
职员必须严格遵守着装规范，运动鞋和牛仔裤都不被允许。
I'm glad that the director finally made the move.
我很高兴主任终于采取了行动。
I'm not really into volleyball.
我不太喜欢排球。
Environmentalists will take the lead in this campaign.
环保人士会在这次运动中领头。
They can just throw on whatever they like for such a casual occasion.
他们可以穿任何他们喜欢的东西出席这个随意的场合。
Mike will not come over, nor will Mary.
麦克不会过来，玛丽也不会。
She must have eaten something that didn't agree with her, because she threw up right after dinner.
她一定是吃了什么不对的东西，因为她晚饭后就吐了。
They work side by side in complete harmony.
他们肩并肩的工作，完全和谐一致。
After so many romances of Bob, this time is for real.
经历了那么多次罗曼史后，鲍勃这回是真的啦。
Race you to the grocery store. I will treat you to lunch if you win.
跟你赛跑到那个杂货店，如果你赢我就请你吃午餐。
This increases chances of getting promoted.
这增加了他升职的机会。
I am taking no chances.
我不会掉以轻心。
Chances are it will be cloudy by noon.
到了中午可能就会变成多云天气了。
Will the law take effect immediately? I suppose so.
法律立即生效吗？我想是的。
I think not.
我想不会。
Publishers are using advertising to good effect.
出版商用广告取得良好效果。
Let's stay here for a while to see how things play out.
我们在这儿待一会儿，看看情况如何发展。
He is a surefire winner.
他是个确定无疑的赢家。
Please put this tennis course into good use.
请把这个棒球场用好。
Villagers enjoy laid-back lifestyle here.
村民们于此享受着一种悠闲的生活方式。
He becomes a couch potato after getting laid off.
被解雇后，他变成了一个懒蛋。
I need some me time to sort things out.
我需要一些独处时间去理清头绪。
Please bring in all of the books in one shot.
请一次就把所有的书都带来。
There is no use arguing with the consultant.
与顾问争论是没有用的。
He treasures the quality time he had when he was off.
他很珍惜他休假时拥有的陪伴时间。
That was the prime time of the university.
那是这所大学的黄金时间。
Let me go over the long list to find his address.
让我过一遍那个长名单去找出他的地址。
Chris has a bit of temper and can sometimes go overboard.
克里斯有一点脾气，且有时候会过火。
Tension is building up between the two nations.
两国之间的紧张正在慢慢的生成。
After 1 week's rest, I will be back on my feet.
一周的休息之后，我想我就会复原了。
His hair needs a trim.
他的头发需要修理一下。
The coverage is too short on details.
这报道缺乏细节。
We need to talk about the plan in more details.
我们需要更细致地讨论这个计划。
That is an in-depth analysis.
这是一个深度的分析。
The statement is completely pointless.
这段宣言完全无意义。
There is no point to buying such a costume if you are not even going to wear it out.
如果你不打算穿这件衣服出去的话，买它真是毫无意义。
We'll talk about that in more depth.
我们将会更深入地谈谈它。
When the driverless cars hit the road, people will change their view.
等无人自驾车上路了之后，人们将会改变他们的看法。
Quite the contrary, they could be helping the economy rather than hurting it.
恰恰相反，这会帮助而不是伤害经济。
My mom has a weakness for cats.
我妈妈偏爱猫。
This is a fast-paced workplace.
这是个快节奏的工作场合。
He sticks to a strict vegetarian diet.
他坚持严格的素食。
The deal has finally gone through.
这个交易最终成了。
Gas price went through the roof.
汽油的价格一飞冲天。
He was a little-known actor back in 1990.
追溯回1990年，他还是个不知名的演员。
Come on by, I will show you my new painting.
过我这来吧，我给你看看我的新画作。
Linda changed her mind upon arrival.
琳达到达的时候改变主意了。
The project fell through due to poor financing.
由于财政贫乏，这个项目落空了。
Mutual respect is the key of a successful relationship.
互相尊重是成功的人际关系的关键。
The in charge of this daycare will look after your kid.
这个托儿所的主管将照顾你的孩子。
He has been absent from school for 8 straight weeks.
他已经连续8周翘课了。
Who is in charge of booking?
谁负责预定？
His fiancée knitted him a pullover.
他的未婚妻给他织了件套头衫。
Such an ideal spring weather bodes well for a good harvest.
如此理想的春天天气，预示着一个好收成。
I got so caught up in what I was saying.
我实在记不起来我说了什么了。
A tit-for-tat strategy is not the way to go.
以牙还牙的策略不是我们应走之路。
Don't get mind. That's just my 2 cents.
别生气，那只是我的拙见。
Eat up your food, or we will never have ice cream again.
吃干净你的食物，否则我们就再也不会有冰淇淋吃了。
Mind your own business, and leave me alone.
管你自己的事儿，让我一人清静会儿。
They were all through hardship in their childhood.
他们都在童年时期经历过艰辛。
Julian is really a star in the making.
朱利安真是一冉冉升起的明星。
We can find something that's more to your liking.
我们可以找到更符合您喜好的东西。
He is a good fit to the management role.
他非常适合管理角色。
In hindsight, I should have gone to a better college.
事后来说，我应该去一所更好的大学。
They have to think more about their behaviors and feelings toward money.
他们得多思考一下他们对金钱的态度和行为。
I got to polish my French before leaving for France.
在去法国前，我得提升一下我的法语。
The two groups move in tandem.
这两个小组同时进行。
The news of late hit the global economy enormously.
最近的消息极大地打击了全球经济。
The latest issue will be arriving in this afternoon.
最新一期将于今天下午抵达。
Sit tight. I'm gonna floor it.
坐好了，我要飙车了。
Knock yourself out if you think you are any better than me.
如果你认为你比我好的话，你自己来吧。
My whole life was turned upside down overnight.
一夜之间，我的整个生活被翻了个底朝天。
I know him inside out.
我完全了解他。
He really knows the ins and outs of how the engine works.
他真的通晓引擎工作的过程。
Customers looked on as the cashier registered purchases.
顾客们旁观着收银员收银。
The patio looks out onto a stunning view of the beach.
这露台正对着海滩上令人惊叹的景色。
He plays video games every chance he gets.
他一有机会就打电动游戏。
He is a pure workaholic, and his wife a pure shopaholic.
他是一个纯粹的工作狂，而他的妻子呢，纯粹的购物狂。
We are seeking a second opinion.
我们正在寻求第二方意见。
There is no telling how long the talks would drag on.
没有迹象表明，这个谈话还要拖延多久。
That sounds too good to be true. There must be a catch.
这事情好得无法让人相信，肯定藏着什么隐情。
I'm facing a catch-22. No work unless I have experience, no experience unless I have worked.
我面临着一个无解困局，没有经验就不会有工作，没有工作就挣不到经验。
The pianist sports her huge diamond on the ring.
钢琴家故意展示着他戒指上的巨钻。
I didn't go to work yesterday because I was a bit under the weather.
我昨天没去工作，因为我觉得不太适应天气。
She is giving a makeup tutorial.
她在教授化妆。
He left work early yesterday and made up the time by staying late today.
昨天下班早，今天他待晚些以补足时间。
I am trying to make up a good excuse for being late.
我正想法编造一个迟到的好理由。
He was fated not to score.
他注定了无法得分。
He hit the jackpot.
他赢了头奖。
Just a bunch of buddies, a potluck dinner will do.
只是一些我的哥们，家常便饭就好。
The curtains come in different colors and different prints.
这款窗帘有不同的颜色和图案。
The cast took 23 curtain calls.
演员谢了23次幕。
Management values manners in workplace as never before.
管理层前所未有地重视工作场合的礼仪。
That's inflation at work.
这是通货膨胀在起作用。
His speech and manner are refined.
他的言谈举止温文尔雅。
The lady had rung off before he asked any question.
他还没开始问问题，那位小姐就把电话挂断了。
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
骗我一次是你的耻辱，骗我2次是我的耻辱。
The audience clapped and shouted.
听众们鼓掌又欢呼。
I'm an internet-heavy user.
我是互联网的高频用户。
He screwed up the whole thing.
他把整件事搞砸了。
The editor came under fire after the scandal.
丑闻之后，编辑受到了批评。
The family need to cut college costs.
这家庭需要减少大学费用。
Forget about that, it is already water under the bridge.
忘了吧，这已经是无关紧要的旧事了。
He left the company and his colleagues quickly followed suit.
他离开了公司，别的同事也很快地跟着离开了。
What a surprise. She dared to say no to the boss.
多么让人吃惊，他居然敢对老板说不。
She was really a knockout.
他可真是个尤物。
They got an upper hand against the enemy.
他们相对敌人占上风。
I don't rule him out as a candidate just yet.
我现在还不排除他作为候选人。
He is the greatest president of all time.
他是有史以来最伟大的总统。
Swap out a few spending habits and watch the savings mount.
改变一些消费习惯，就会目睹你的积蓄增长。
Once bitten, twice shy. No one will ever buy his story again.
一次被蛇咬，2次怕井绳，没有谁再会听他的了。
It's not a killer news by any means.
无论从什么角度，这都不是个不得了的消息。
He needs to learn how to live within his means to avoid going into debt.
他应该学会量入为出，以避免债务。
This is just one side of the story.
这只是故事的一面。
Journalists all shy away from him.
记者们都躲着他。
No one wants to team up with the narcissist.
谁也不想跟这个自恋者结对。
You have to check your blood pressure from time to time to make sure.
你得经常查一查血压以确认。
Cook the rice on low heat, otherwise it will get burned.
用小火煮米饭，否则会烧焦。
They always took chances and got burned very badly in the past.
他们过去经常冒险而后遭受严重损失。
This recipe is passed down from generation to generation.
这个菜谱传了一代又一代。
It was you who had made the mess. How can you ever throw me under the bus?
是你弄出的乱子，你怎么把我出卖了？
Don't let me down. You are my only hope left.
别让我失望，你是我剩余的唯一希望。
I am not at my best because I am not a morning person.
我不在最佳状态，因为我不是一个习惯早起的人。
The bus hit the car side on.
巴士撞到了车侧边。
Ready, set, run.
预备，就位，开始。
These youngsters should reach out to police for help.
这些年轻人应与警方沟通以获取帮助。
To my surprise during the evening's chit-chat, it seems that we share a love of sewing.
让我吃惊的是，在夜晚的聊天中，看来我们都喜欢缝纫。
I have learned marketing from scratch.
我从零开始学习营销。
I need to leave my field to chase a bigger dream.
我需要离开我的专业去追逐一个更大的梦想。
Vancouver has emerged as the clear favorite.
温哥华已经成了明显的偏好。
The princess is no longer the free-spirited girl from day one of her marriage.
公主从她婚姻的一开始就不再是以前那个具有自由精神的女孩了。
He was beating up his girlfriend.
他正在打他的女朋友。
No one can ever beat him when it comes to speech.
说到演讲，没有人比得过他。
Back then, I was living from paycheck to paycheck.
那时候，我过着紧巴巴苦等着一张又一张薪水支票的日子。
I enjoy my power nap during my lunch break.
午饭时间，我享受恢复体能的小憩。
I strive to be the best version of myself.
我极力做最好的自己。
No matter what, the offer is very attractive.
不管怎样，条件非常吸引人。
Do keep distance from the blazing building, please.
请务必与燃烧着的建筑物保持距离。
You just nailed it on the head. Good job.
你真是一语中的，干得好。
You will get paid off by the back half of the year.
到下半年你将会被偿还。
The operation has now been scaled down.
行动的规模现在已经有所缩小。
Fortunately, a passerby came to my rescue.
所幸一个过路人跑了来救我。
Double check the wording before you hit the send button.
在点发送键前，请仔细检查措辞。
She's always surrounded by men all vying for her attention.
他周围尽是竞相博取他青睐的男子。
He's just a disinterested bystander.
他只是个无关紧要的旁观者。
Keep your wits about you and stay out of trouble.
你要保持清醒，别卷入麻烦。
He has been besieged by the police for years.
他已经被警方纠缠了多年。
He is in no hurry to walk down the aisle.
他并不急于结婚。
The newlyweds walking arm in arm caught his eye.
这对臂挽着臂行走着的新婚夫妇引起了他的注意。
He is a 30-something go-getting high-powered entrepreneur.
他是个30多岁很有进取心、精力充沛的企业家。
He is turning everything into a fight.
他把什么事儿都变成一场争吵。
A leopard doesn't change its spots.
江山易改，本性难移。
Give me your buzz if you change your mind.
如果你改变主意，给我来个电话。
That doesn't make any sense.
这没有道理。
He claims all the time that he rubs shoulders with royalty.
他总是说，他跟皇家交往甚密。
I haven't heard from her for ages.
我已经很久没有他的消息了。
There will be danger down the road.
将来会有危险。
They help me fix the problem.
他们帮助我解决了问题。
Just ignore the background noises, and calm your anxious heart down.
只要忽略背景噪音，让你焦虑的心情平静下来。
I am debating if I should point out the mistake.
我正在犹豫，我是否应该指出这个错误来。
His comments are bound to add fuel to the chaos.
他的话必然将为混乱推波助澜。
I put my foot down on this one.
这件事我已经下定决心了。
He got caught for getting paid under the table.
他因为不法收受钱财而被捕。
I will pay a visit to the hero.
我要去看一下这位英雄。
Mom had to cook for the big family day in and day out.
妈妈为这个大家庭日复一日的做饭。
You have to learn how to read between the lines.
你得学会听懂话外之音。
Hold on. There is light at the end of the tunnel.
挺住，困难就要过去了。
Let's get straight to the point.
让我们直奔主题。
I'm on a group tour, but he prefers solo travel.
我是跟团旅游，但他更喜欢单独旅行。
Look into his eyes and listen.
看着他的眼睛聆听。
You have to figure it out yourself.
你自己得搞清楚。
Just wait things out and let dust settle.
只有等事情过去，尘埃落定。
She's always in flashy colors.
他总是穿艳丽的颜色。
Come on in. The door is open.
进来吧，门开着呢。
He was stealing money right under my nose.
他居然在我眼皮底下偷钱。
These protests are nothing but a storm in a teapot that is stoked by medias.
这次抗议仅仅是媒体搅和夸大的一件小事。
It's not my cup of tea.
这不对我的胃口。
His gossip really gets under my skin.
他的嚼舌头真的很让我难受。
Flags from different nations are flying.
各国的旗帜在飘扬。
He was only 1 minute late. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill.
他只是迟到了1分钟，别小题大做。
Take a breather before we go on.
我们休息一会儿，再接着干。
The stock market today is a pure and simple bloodbath.
今天的股市真是一场血洗。
Are you done thinking?
你想好了吗？
They set a new waste reduction target for the new year.
他们为新年制定了新的废物削减目标。
The current oil production stands at 8 million barrels per day.
目前石油产量是每日800万桶。
As we get to the weekend, the weather is getting uglier.
随着周末的到来，天气变得很糟糕。
His take on this issue will totally change the outcome.
他对这件事的看法会完全改变结果。
Poor health took the edge off his performance.
糟糕的健康状态让他的表现优势尽失。
His salary is at the upper end of that range.
他的薪水处于那个范围的高端。
Companies have waxed and waned with macroeconomic cycle.
公司随着宏观经济周期而兴衰荣枯。
She wore too much makeup last night.
她昨晚妆化得太浓。
I have been up all night.
我一夜没睡。
That is just the lapdog press's propaganda.
那不过是这个哈巴狗报社的宣传运动。
In the week leading up to the show, we spent 2 hours in rehearsal.
演出前的一周，我们花2小时排练。
To make ends meet, all the siblings started working from very young age.
为了收支平衡，所有的兄弟姐妹都从很小的年纪开始工作。
Stores pop up along the street.
商店沿着街道冒出来。
We have been out of touch since we graduated.
自从我们毕业就没有联系了。
The trip gave her the chance of touching base with her old flame.
这次旅行给了她机会跟她的旧爱接触。
Your laptop is really old school.
你的手提电脑太老式了。
The conference room is buzzing with all kinds of activities.
会议室里充斥着各种各样的活动。
He decided to go under the knife to clear the blockage in his heart.
他决定动手术，清除心脏里的血栓。
Some girls are getting addicted to going under the knife to improve their appearance.
有些女孩沉迷于整容手术，以改善外表。
You need to get rid of those bad habits.
你得扔掉这些坏习惯。
It concerned him that her daughter was developing a crush on her cousin.
他女儿渐渐迷上了他表兄，这让他很担心。
Could you please give me a hand?
你能帮我吗？
Walls have ears.
隔墙有耳。
You can use pepper spray as a last resort for self-defense.
你可以用胡椒喷雾作为最后一招自卫。
They'll end up penniless if they don't get enough financial education.
如果他们没有获得足够的金融教育，他们最终将身无分文。
Let our CEO wrap up today's report.
让我们的首席执行官结束今天的报告。
We got ripped off buying this cheap imitation.
我们购买这种廉价的仿品上当了。
I don't want to play the guessing game. Please be upfront about your intentions.
我不想猜测测，请说明你的意图。
The sunblock is out of stock.
这款防晒霜已经断货了。
This really defies logic.
这明显违反逻辑。
The article was long on fear, short on actual useful information.
这篇文章充斥着恐惧， 却缺少实际有用的信息。
This kind of story is perfect for settling your kids down at bedtime.
这类的故事对哄孩子入睡极好。
Upon first glance, he looks exactly like my brother.
乍眼一看，他跟我兄弟长得一模一样。
Once a few quarters roll in, you will see the difference.
几个季度以后，你就会看到不同。
The quality of service has gone over a cliff edge recently.
服务质量最近经历了断崖式的下跌。
You can't use their lack of awareness to your advantage.
你不能利用他们的不知情去换取你的好处。
The westbound traffic has been very sluggish all the morning.
西行方向的交通整个早上都非常阻滞。
You should capitalize on this rare opportunity.
你应该利用这个罕见的机会。
He looked at the guy with distaste.
他厌恶地看着那个家伙。
That's a third-rate, old run-down hotel.
那是个三流的破破烂烂的旅馆。
Tickets for the concert were snapped up within 3 hours of going on sale.
音乐会的票在开售3小时之内就被抢购一空。
The government interest has to align with the citizens.
政府的利益必须要与公民的一致。
This plan can at least buy us some time.
这个计划起码能为我们赢得些时间。
No one buys your story.
谁也不信你的。
The elevator is out of order. Take the stairs instead.
电梯坏了，用楼梯吧。
We are in the middle of nowhere. We are totally lost.
我们不知道身处何方，我们已经完全迷失了。
Don't beat around the bush. What's your point?
别绕圈子了，你的重点是什么？
All things being equal, I will be able to finish it on time.
如没意外，我应该能够按时完成它。
What's done is done. What else can I do?
事已至此，我还能做些什么呢？
The council has taken an uncompromising stand against this budget.
委员会对预算案一直持一种不妥协的反对态度。
Count me out. My project deadline is up.
别算上我，我的项目截止日就要到了。
His behavior was completely out of line.
他的行为完全不恰当。
Out of blue he proposed to her.
突然间他向她求婚了。
I must dash. I'm out of time.
我必须要走了，我没有时间了。
Make a guess. Who is gonna be our new principal?
猜一猜谁将是我们的新校长？
Would you mind putting out your cigarette, please?
你介意请你把香烟熄灭吗？
Once in a blue moon, he got stuck in traffic.
难得的，他被交通困住了。
There has got to be a degree of flexibility.
应该有一定程度的灵活性。
Mind if I take a rain check on the movie? I got to finish my homework tonight.
你介意我改天看电影吗？我今晚得完成作业。
I got fed up with cleaning up after you all the time.
我已经受够了总在你后面拾掇东西。
My roommate hasn't thought this through yet.
我的室友还没想好呢。
Seeing is believing.
眼见为实。
Don't risk your opportunity. Once you lose it, there will be no coming back.
别拿你的机会冒险，一旦你失去它，就再也回不来了。
I'm totally blanking on your name for some reasons.
出于某种原因，我已经完全想不起来你的名字了。
The severe storm was to blame for the power outage.
停电的起因是猛烈的风暴。
After 50 years of military service, the pilot thinks it's time to call it a day.
50年的军役后，该飞行员认为应该结束了。
Heads up. The road ahead was cut off.
注意，前面的路被截断了。
Embrace the new life. That guy is completely out of the picture.
拥抱新的生活，那个家伙已经完全出局了。
That is a cul-de-sac, only an inlet but no outlet.
这是一个死胡同，只有一个入口没有出口。
The leader turned a win-win situation to a lose-lose one.
这个领袖把一个双赢的局面变成了一个双输的。
Make a wish then blow the candles.
许个愿，吹蜡烛。
This cream works against skin.
这个乳霜对皮肤不好。
I think this shampoo will do the trick.
我认为这个洗发水会起作用。
This is do or die for us, and we go there expecting to win.
这是个生死存亡的关头，我们带着胜利的期盼去。
The shot is make or break for their team.
这次投射对他们的队来说是生死攸关的。
You made my day.
你让我一天都很开心。
You ruined my day.
你毁了我的一天。
They set a new waste reduction target for the new year.
他们为新年制定了新的废物削减目标。
The current oil production stands at 8 million barrels per day.
目前石油的产量是每日800万桶。
As we get to the weekend, the weather is getting uglier.
随着周末的到来，天气变得很糟糕。
His take on this issue will totally change the outcome.
他对这件事的看法会完全改变结果。
Poor health took the edge off his performance.
糟糕的健康状态让他的表现优势尽失。
This argument seems to be off topic.
这个论证看起来离题了。
I don't have the drive to work like him.
我没有像他那样工作的动力。
Knock it off. It's too noisy.
停，太吵了。
I tried to jazz up my dishes with some exotic spices.
我尝试着加入异国香料，让我的菜肴更有风味。
I slept in and was late to work again.
我睡过了头，上班又迟到了。
I'll see about getting some hints from my supervisor.
让我看看能不能从我的上司那得到一些提示。
When supply catches up with demand, The market will see less abnormality.
供应赶上需求了之后，市场就会少点异常。
The best man raised his glass and made a toast to the newlyweds' happiness.
伴郎举起杯子为新婚夫妇的幸福干杯。
Good question. Your question really put me on the spot.
问得好，你的问题真的把我问倒了。
On the verge of losing the match, the coach changed a key player.
在比赛失败的边缘，教练换了一个关键球员。
Stop screwing around. Come help us out.
别到处瞎胡闹了，来帮我们一把吧。
I don't know jack squat about sewing.
我对缝纫一窍不通。
I slept in and was late to work again.
我睡过了头，上班又迟到了。
My dog is in perfect shape, knock on wood.
我的狗状态极佳，希望好运能延续。
I really need to kick back and relax after the long night shift.
漫长的夜班后，我非常需要放松休息。
His rightful heirs will enjoy the windfall.
合法继承人将要享用这笔意外之财。
9 o'clock on the nose, the brunch will be served.
9点整，早午餐正式开始。
Once you get the last piece of document, you will be all set for driving.
一旦你拿到这份最后的文件，你就完全可以开车了。
The room is spacious all right, but it's a bit gloomy after all that sunshine.
房子确实很宽大，但是即使阳光明媚还是很阴暗。
This is only a draft. You ain't seen nothing yet.
这只是个草稿，你什么都还没看到呢。
It is not a big deal. It's all in the mind.
这没什么大不了的，一切都得看你怎么想。
I'm all thumbs on electronics.
我对电子产品真是笨手笨脚。
The firefighter is all eyes on the control panel.
消防员全神贯注地看着控制面板。
Sorry, my place is really an armpit. I was too busy to get around to cleaning my place.
对不起，我这脏乱的不像话，我实在太忙了，没时间打扫。
It's not the end of the world. You don't have to act up like that.
还不是世界末日，你不用激动成这样。
You will get the whole picture after reading this thesis through.
读完这篇论文，你就会全明白了。
The nightly news drove adolescents' mental health home to the public.
夜间新闻对公众强调青春期精神健康的重要性。
The general public in this borough is in favor of this candidate.
这个行政区的公众都赞成这个候选人。
I will quit the same old job and never look back.
我将辞去这种单调重复的工作，永不回头。
Don't have a cow. I didn't mean it.
别生气，我不是这个意思。
He used to smoke big time, but he managed to quit.
他过去抽烟相当厉害，但是他已经想办法戒掉了。
The violinist disdains to speak ills of others.
这小提琴家不屑于说别人的坏话。
His success is not in any doubt.
他的成功是必定无疑的。
The endless successions of parties wore us out.
无休止的派对耗尽了我们的精力。
Many more people died in the aftermath of the explosion.
更多的人是死于爆炸之后的阶段。
The elimination of drug dealing is the first fruit of our efforts.
毒品交易的消失是我们努力的初步成果。
My hubby has a thing about greasy meal.
我丈夫不喜欢油腻的饭菜。
It's the public who decide if a film is a smash or a flop.
一部影片的成败与否取决于公众。
The office is packed with piles of documents.
办公室里堆满了一摞摞的文件。
We really got a kick out of munching on chips.
大吃一通薯片，真的让我们很高兴。
We had nothing to go by. It was just a shot in the dark.
我们没什么根据，只是瞎猜的。
How do you go about learning English?
你是如何学习英语的呢？
Get with it, folks. No one uses flip phones anymore.
跟上潮流吧，伙计们，没有人再用翻盖手机了。
He always gets his own way in the end.
他最终总会达到目的。
I overheard that he was bad-mouthing his coworker.
我无意中听到他讲他同事的坏话。
I think my boyfriend is listening in on my phone conversations.
我想我的男朋友正在偷听我的电话。
For crying out loud. I had just one glass of wine. Not a big deal.
真是的，我才喝了一杯红酒，没什么大不了的。
I really got carried away when I saw the amount of money.
当我看到那金额的时候，就忍不住冲动了。
In no way I can finish this on time. I think I bit off more than I can chew.
无论如何我都无法按时完成这项工作，我想我是眼高手低了。
Jack of all trades is of no trade.
万事皆通，一无所长。
His poem really blew me away.
他的诗作确实打动了我。
Human trafficking and drug smuggling are rampant along the border.
边境地区的人口贩运和毒品走私猖獗。
You can do whatever you want, but the bottom line is you have to make sure your safety.
可以做任何你想做的事情，但底线是你必须要确保你的安全。
His heart went pit-a-pat when his peer found the boo-boo he made.
当他的伙伴们发现他犯的错误时，他的心砰砰直跳。
A fall into the pit, a gain in your wit.
吃一堑长一智。
The whistleblower hid inside our syndicate.
告密者隐藏在我们的团体中。
Don't exaggerate, I finished just one bottle of vodka.
不要夸张， 我只是喝了一瓶伏特加。
Let's keep our fingers crossed for your change of career.
让我们为你的转行祈求好运。
All his savings went down the drain because of his wife's extravagance.
因为他妻子的挥霍无度，他的所有积蓄都成了一场空。
I'm not gonna do the dirty work for you, do the inventory yourself.
我不会帮你做这些烦人的事的，你自己点库存吧。
You need to have a competitive edge to survive in this dog-eat-dog world.
在这个弱肉强食的世界上，你必须要有竞争优势才能生存。
He's always dragging his feet when it comes to doing dishes.
一到洗碗的时候，他就拖拖拉拉。
Could somebody please fill me in on what is going on here?
有人能告诉我这里发生了什么事吗？
Let's cut to the chase. How much return will I get from the investment?
言归正传，我将从这项投资中得到多少回报？
I just had flashback to the disastrous earthquake.
我刚突然回忆起那灾难性的地震。
Just brush it off. They are just trying to blackmail you.
别理会，他们只是想敲诈你。
Please don't bring up this topic again. It is only a made-up story by the cheesy media.
别再提了，这不过是低俗媒体编造出来的故事。
The electrician will soon have a change of heart once he sees the layout of the apartment.
这电工一旦看到公寓的布局，就会改变心意。
The two get well along in public, but their personalities don't click.
他们俩在公众面前相处融洽，但他们的性格实在合不来。
The comedian cracked the crowd up without doing anything.
这个滑稽演员什么都没做，就把大家惹笑了。
His lecture was the pits.
他的演讲糟透了。
I locked myself out of my house again. I am toast.
我又把自己锁在自家门外了，我完了。
The theft was really too clever by half. He tried to break into the detective's home.
那贼真是聪明过了头，他居然想闯入侦探的家。
Please bolt the door after sunset.
日落之后请拴好门。
I can't even cook a decent meal without restoring to canned food.
我如果不借助罐头食品的话，就做不出一顿像样的饭菜来。
The groom attempted in vain to change the bride's attitude.
新郎想改变新娘态度的努力劳而无功。
Please call me back at your earliest convenience.
请尽早在你方便的时候给我回个电话。
Apparently the gangsters were tipped off that they were spied out.
很明显，这些帮派分子已经被告知他们被秘密监视了。
Please open your eyes to the cruel reality.
请睁开眼看看残酷的现实吧。
The pollution here is just the tip of the iceberg.
这里的污染还只是冰山之一角。
The word is out that the superstar is going to jail soon.
有消息说这个超级明星将很快入狱。
The supervisor agreed to let me in on the plan.
上司同意我参加这次计划。
You should never let kids loose in public place.
你永远也不应该在公共场合放任孩子行动。
The curtain effectively shut out most of the light.
窗帘挡住了大部分的光线。
I set aside half an hour every day to follow news.
我每天播出半小时看新闻。
I can't believe he passed up the chance of taking a picture with the panda.
我无法相信他放过了和熊猫拍照的机会。
I really have trouble tearing myself away from the fun conversation.
我实在很难抽身离开这有趣的谈话。
He's pleased with the meal, but he will be laughing on the other side of his face when he sees the bill.
他对这顿饭很满意，但当他看到账单的时候，他可就笑不出来了。
I was left holding the baby when all my employees quit.
当我所有的雇员辞职的时候，只剩下我孤立撑起局面。
I didn't catch you. I didn't get you.
我没听明白，我没弄清楚。
This is really an expertly crafted product.
这真是件精工制造的产品。
The two are different experiences with their own pros and cons.
两者是不同的经历，各有好坏。
To this end, we will consider the use of wind power.
为了达到这个目的，我们将考虑使用风能。
The guy was very violent towards his girlfriend to the extent that she lost her baby.
那家伙对他的女友非常的粗暴，甚至到造成他流产的地步。
We would like to take this opportunity to convey our heartfelt condolences to the families of victims.
我们仅此向受害者家庭表达衷心的慰问。
The general is low on options.
这位将军没有太多选择。
You can read your favorite novels to your heart's content during your vacation.
度假期间，你可以把你喜欢的小说读个够。
He keeps putting off going to the dentist.
他拖延着看牙医这件事。
I messed up the beginning, but nailed the rest of the exam.
我搞砸了开头，但是考试剩下的部分做得很好。
The ATM machine is out of service.
自动柜员机坏了。
I missed at the beginning, but he helped me to catch up.
我错过了开始部分，但是他帮助我赶上来了。
What was his profession again?
他的职业是什么了？
It was pouring the other day. Did you get caught in the rain?
那天下着倾盆大雨，你被淋着了吗？
Deal. $100 for the projector.
成交。这台投影机100块。
He got the short end of the stick.
他吃亏了。
I got caught up in the exhibition and then lost track of time.
我被展览迷住了，整个忘了时间。
The reasoning is wrong on 2 counts.
他的推理在2点上是错的。
The mayor lost count of the interviews he had been called for.
市长已经记不清他接受过多少次采访了。
I can always count on him to cheer me up.
我总倚仗他让我高兴起来。
My college is sort of strapped for cash.
我的同事手头有点紧。
My nephew is kind of bored. Let's cheer him up.
我的侄儿最近有点烦，让我们让他高兴起来。
I will use my best effort to set him up for the contest.
我将尽我最大的努力帮助他准备竞赛。
The athlete broke into tears when the news broke.
消息传来，运动员泪流满面。
It is not always evident to spot a liar.
要识别一个撒谎者是不容易的。
The kid came forth and spoke out about the bullying in school.
那孩子挺身而出，说出了学校里的欺凌行为。
It's very brave for him to tough out.
他坚持到底是非常勇敢的。
Tomorrow is the crunch. We have to brave the crisis.
明天是关键时刻，我们要勇敢面对危机。
Here is the concrete examples with made-up numbers.
这是一个用捏造的数据假造的具体例子。
It has done me good. I thank you 1,000 times.
这给我带来了很多好处，我对你感激不尽。
Keep up the good work. You are second to none.
继续这出色的工作，你是最棒的。
The police appealed for witnesses to come forward with information.
警方呼吁目击者挺身而出提供消息。
Will it be any easier to give up the task?
放弃这个任务会更容易吗？
Hold your breath for a count of 5, then breathe out slowly.
屏住呼吸数5下，然后慢慢的呼气。
The janitor just turned a blank eye on the tenant's wrongdoing.
这个房屋管理者对租客的错误行为视而不见。
It's a typical tentative move in courtship.
这是求爱过程中一个典型的试探动作。
The snow has been going on and off the whole day.
雪一整天下停停。
The false alarm went off right in the middle of the night.
假警报在半夜里响了起来。
The workload pushed him toward the brink of collapse.
工作负担把他推向了崩溃的边缘。
The storm will die down by midnight.
到午夜暴风雨就会减弱。
Good thing my wife has green fingers.
所幸我的妻子是一个种植高手。
Kindness can go a long way towards happiness.
善良会带来很多幸福。
There are a couple of factors at play.
有几个因素在起作用。
The service will run from 4 to 8 p.m.
服务时间是从下午4点到8点。
It lands me in the passive position.
这置我于一个被动的处境。
Be prepared for lots of rejection before you land a dream job.
要做好在找到理想工作之前屡次碰壁的准备。
The toddler used to startle easily from nightmares.
这个幼童过去常易从噩梦中惊醒。
Lots of students dropped out of high school.
很多学生从高中辍学。
He can overcome any weaknesses, any despairs, and any fears.
他可以克服任何弱点，任何绝望和恐惧。
The whole building was burned down to the ground.
整个大楼被烧尽，夷为平地。
I couldn't help crying happy tears upon the birth of my son.
儿子出生时，我止不住流下幸福的泪水。
Americans are more in debt than ever.
美国人比以往都负债多。
Paper-based magazines are phasing out.
纸质的期刊正在渐渐地消失。
The audience was clapping and stamping in unison.
听众们整齐划一地鼓着掌和跺着脚。
I am really under siege. All these criticisms drove me crazy.
我正在遭受围攻，所有的这些批评让我发疯。
Kids enjoy soaking up milk with an Oreo cookie.
孩子们喜欢用奥利奥饼干蘸牛奶吃。
Would you mind putting out your cigarette, please?
你介意请你把香烟熄灭吗？
I'll give you a lift home. It's no bother.
我会载你回家，举手之劳。
The steward still has some hang-ups about his past.
这个管家对他的过去还是有点放不开。
In the rush of the morning, he came out with his bed hair.
在早晨的匆忙中，他顶着睡乱了的头发就出门了。
Dawn is broken. It's about time to get up.
破晓了，该起床了。
Could you please run the calculations past me again?
你能给我再解释一遍你的计算步骤吗？
Father ran the good race, and live us forever in our hearts.
父亲度过了高尚的一生，并永远活在我们的心间。
The assistant enjoys sightseeing well off the beaten path.
这位助理喜欢远离人烟处的风光。
I've got your number. I won't fall for your trick.
我已经知道你的企图了，不会上你的当。
Get out of your own head. It is time to move on.
摆脱你头脑中的纠结，是时候向前走了。
Bravo! You made it!